Hello, hi, hello there, and welcome to BGTW's Big Reveal that somebody has chosen to call it. I'm John Holmes, and if you're wondering who I am, well, like many of you, I'm an unemployed guild member. And this is where no expense has been spent at all to bring you a fashionably and very 2020 virtual event where we're going to reveal our 2020 awards finalists. Now, ordinarily, of course, the British Guild of Travel Writers would go very big on an event like this, very big indeed, and it would be very exciting. At last year's gala dinner, I found myself sitting next to the PR for the world's most Instagrammable suitcases, and you don't need me to tell you what a giddy thrill ride that was. But tonight, I'm sitting here on my own, alone, smart from the waist up, admittedly, but in comfortable loungewear pants from the waist down. But I'm not alone on Zoom, because over the next 45 minutes, I'm going to be joined by my travel writing colleague, Sarah Lee.
Thanks, John. And yes, we are indeed having a socially distanced event here. And that's probably as well because I am a little bit worried about what John is or isn't wearing from below the waist. Anyhow, we are going to be revealing today the British Guild of Travel Writers International Tourism Awards finalists, as well as finalists in the British Guild of Travel Writers Members Excellence Awards. We will also be announcing plans for the Guild's postponed annual Gala Awards dinner, which is, of course, where we will find out who claims the crown for all of these awards. We're also going to reveal the finalists of the Best Feature on Charleston in South Carolina, following last year's invasion of the city by 85 Guild members.
Now, as one or two of you may have noticed, there's not a lot of money around. And even if there was, which there's not, we wouldn't be allowed to spend it on a glittering presentation evening anyway, because tank fly boss walk jam nitty gritty. We're following the advice of the government's chief medical advisor, Chris Whitty. Stay at home, support BGTW, save pounds. This is also the Guild's 60th anniversary, and so I'm particularly delighted as a relatively new member to be here today to help take you through the proceedings.
It has certainly been a strange year, and it's not over yet. But for the next 45 minutes, I want you to imagine that the world is in a much better place. So sit back, relax, and imagine you're on a sun-drenched beach. Oh, actually, don't. No, forget that. No cliches are allowed here. So we will instead start the BGTW International Tourism Award 2020. To take us through the finalists, it gives me great pleasure to welcome two Guild members who have just a little experience in this presenting lark. John Carter and Judith Chalmers.
Well, thank you, Sarah and John, and hello. Judith and I are delighted to be here today to announce the finalists in the British Guild of Travel Writers International Tourism Awards for 2020. It really is a pleasure, well, more than a pleasure in these times of change and challenge, to be able to focus, if only for a little while, on a selection of really first-class tourism projects and initiatives that our members have decided are worth more consideration. Well, Judith, here we are again. All to do our pieces to camera, just like in the old days.
I know what you mean, John. It is sitting in front of a camera or walking or talking to a camera directly. But in fact, it's the background that's different, isn't it? We used to see mountainsides and seasides and wonderful views of old towns. Very nice indeed. But hello, everyone, by the way. It's good to see you. And I know that many members of the Guild must be feeling as frustrated as John is sounding about, and a lot of people are finding, is not going to the places that the way they used to. Very frustrating time for all of us. But let's hope that 2021 just opens up wide the travel industry again. Well, now it's worth the reminder that the British Guild of Travel Writers and International Tourism Awards recognise excellence in tourism projects in 3 categories: the UK and Ireland, in continental Europe, and across the wider world. Some projects cost millions and are well publicised. Others are smaller community projects that just take the same effort and love.
Yes, and this year, because of this pandemic, there's a 4th category, the Armchair Award. It recognises the tours, the virtual online tours that tourist destinations and attractions have put on, so you can enjoy that tour from the comfort of, well, your armchair. And for myself, though, I think it should be called the PC or the Laptop Award, because that's where I've been spending most of my time.
The International Tourism Awards stand out against many similar tourist awards because Guild members themselves have to actually visit the project. And that means, I think, that they care more having done that.
Yeah, this year I'm delighted to report that the Guild has actually had, well, the highest ever number of nominations. It's really good to see that members are getting involved in the industry that, well, we all work in. But, you know, the high number of nominations belies the challenges that have faced the members in actually getting to the projects because of the pandemic. But the postponement of the annual gala dinner meant that the award organisers could shift the rules a little bit, extend the visiting hours or the visiting days. And so the flexibility in the face of the pandemic has produced the answer.
It's worth stressing that all the nominations go through a verification process, not only to make sure that projects indeed were started or opened within the last 3 years, as the rules dictate, but also that members have actually visited them. At the beginning of October, the nominations were placed online, and Guild members invited to vote for their top 3 in each of the 4 categories. So, as they say on all the best television programmes and webinars, votes have been counted and verified, and we can reveal which projects go forward as finalists. So, John, it's over to you for the first category.
A reminder, there are 6 finalists in each of the categories. We'll be announcing the names of the finalists in no particular order, just to keep the suspense going a bit. So we'll start with the award for the Best UK and Ireland Tourism Project. The finalists are Peterhead Prison Audio Tour, Grampian, nominated by Rebecca Hay. Strawberry Field in Liverpool, nominated by Peter Rosenfeld. Festiniog and Welsh Highland Railways, Carnarvon Station and First Class Pullman Carriage, North Wales, nominated by Stuart Render. The Cartoon Museum in London, nominated by Kathy Arnold. Mayflower 400 Legend and Legacy, The Box in Plymouth, Devon, nominated jointly by Alex Green and Lynn Houghton. And our 6th finalist, the Auckland Project in Bishop Auckland, County Durham, nominated by Stuart Foster. So congratulations to those finalists for the award for the Best UK and Ireland Tourism Project.
Thanks, John. Well, now we turn to the award for the Best Europe Tourism Project. The finalists are Santorini Wanderlust, Santorini Walking Tours, Greece, nominated by Heidi Fullerlove. Villa de Mosaica di Spello in Perugia, Italy, nominated by Kathy Arnold. Copenhagen, Copenhagen's epicenter for urban mountain sport in Copenhagen, Denmark, nominated by Claire Voot. Frankfurt's reconstructed new Old Town in Frankfurt, Germany, nominated by Stuart Render. Juliana Hiking Trail, Slovenia, nominated by Rudolf Abraham. And our 6th finalist, The Secret Rooms of Hotel Yama in Postojna, Slovenia, nominated by John Malathronis. Our congratulations to the 6 finalists there in that award. Now, John, it's over to you.
Now we find out who's been shortlisted for the award for the Best Wider World Tourism Project. The finalists are Socotra Heritage Project, Gulf of Aden, nominated by Hilary Bratt. Mekong Music Trail in Georgia, USA, nominated by Rupert Parker. Nelson Mandela Capture Site Museum and Visitor Centre, Howick, South Africa, nominated by Isabel Conway. The Partition Museum in Amritsar, Punjab, India, nominated by Meera Dattani. Remando por la Paz, Rafting for Peace, Colombia, nominated by Steph Dyson. And the final nomination in this category is the Michiko Coastal Trail in Honshu, Japan, nominated by Rob Goss. So congratulations to our 6 finalists for the award for Best Wider World Tourism Project.
Well, now we go to our 4th and final project, the Armchair Award. As we said earlier, this is a new project and it's reflecting the wide range of online and virtual tours that we've been able to actually enjoy without leaving home. So the finalists are English Heritage, History at Home, nominated by John Ruler. Visit Faroe Islands, Real-Time Tour, Live Guide, nominated by Roger Bray. Leiden 400, Pilgrim Fathers 400th Anniversary, the Netherlands, nominated by Rosalind Ormiston. USS Constitution, Live Tour, Boston, USA, nominated by Kathy Arnold. Hever Castle and Gardens, Bite-Sized Virtual Tour, Kent, nominated by Stuart Render. And so to our 6th finalist. It's Delta Blues Museum, Virtual Tour, Mississippi, USA, nominated by Mary Moore Mason. Well, congratulations to our 6 finalists for this award.
Well, there you have it. I must say that's quite a list. And so we really ought to thank all the Guild members who took the time to nominate these tourism projects. Now, I know we've got many representatives from the nominated projects who are watching us. So this is just to let you know that if you are a finalist, you'll be receiving a PR pack from the Guild that will help you promote your success. Those projects that haven't made it through as finalists will each receive a BGTW Merit Award. Those certificates, together with the PR pack, will be in the post to you in due course.
And there's just one more thing to mention. Postponing the annual Gala Awards dinner to 2021 means there's time this year to make more noise and fuss about our finalists.
All the projects that you've seen today will be brought together under the title Top Travel Tips for 2021 and Beyond, curated by the British Guild of Travel Writers. I know it's not a title that trips easily off the tongue, but it will be a very useful collation which will be published by the Guild and circulated far and wide. It's another way for the tourism projects and the Guild members who nominated them to receive additional exposure. So you see, it really was worth nominating.
So I think we're off for a well-deserved drink, John, don't you?
Oh, I think I could be persuaded to break the habit of a lifetime, Judith.
Well, I wish you were here.
Oh dear, wish I was anywhere.
Thank you to John and Judith, and congratulations to all our ITA finalists.
Now, in a normal year, of course, we will be announcing the winners around now, but as the more astute of you will have noticed, this isn't a normal year, this is the apocalypse. So, as you know, the dinner has been postponed till March 2021, carefully timed to happen just around the time of another national lockdown. To tell us more about what's planned, good luck with that, Stuart, it's the Guild Awards Director and Dinner Organiser. I don't know how he fits that on a business card. It's Stuart Render.
Well, thanks, John. As Guild members know, our prestigious annual Gala Awards dinner that was due to be held at the Savoy in central London at the start of November has been postponed to March 2021. So as part of today's big reveal, I'm delighted to officially unveil our plans for the event, at least the plans we have at the moment. Now, the event has a slightly different title. It's now the BGTW Annual Gala Awards Dinner, a celebration of travel empowered by Tenerife Tourism. Now, the event is scheduled to take place on Sunday, the 21st of March at the Savoy in central London, arguably London's most prestigious banqueting venue. Now, this is still the annual Gala Awards dinner that we all know and love, but because of the unusual circumstances that we find ourselves in, and because we do hope that by the end of March, travel will be opening up again, we want to reflect that and present the event very much as a celebration of travel. It's not going to be quite so formal as our previous end-of-year events, more relaxed, in fact, much like this whole broadcast. But the core of what makes the event special will still be there. The networking, good food, finding out who the winners are of our 2 award schemes, more networking, possibly something to drink, and even more networking. We'll also be adding a few extra bits to really make it a celebration of travel. Now, you'll be seeing much more about the event in the new year, but do put 21st of March in your diaries now. You may also have spotted that the event is being empowered by Tenerife Tourism. Tenerife Tourism is our headline partner for the event, and we're delighted, really delighted to have them aboard for the journey. So to tell us a little bit more, let's go over to Tenerife.
Hello, I am David Perez, CEO of Tenerife Tourism Board. On behalf of our President, Pedro Martin, and also on behalf of our Tourism Councillor, Jose Gregorio Martin Plata, and our team in Tenerife Tourism Board, we would like to say something about this difficult period we are living right now. It's a complicated situation, but working together, fighting together, we will win the COVID-19 war. We are completely sure. We would like to share with all of yours next month of March in London, in Savoy Hotel, the annual gala dinner of British Guild Travel Writers. Is a good moment to share with all of yours the future of our tourism travel industry. And for all of these reasons, and because Tenerife and United Kingdom and Tenerife has a special and a very long relationship for years and years ago, we hope next month of March, when we celebrate this special meeting, the situation will come better, and finally the tourism interchange between both of countries will be normal again. It is a pleasure and it is an honor to share with all of yours next annual gala dinner, British Guild Travel Writers in London. See you in March.
Thank you, Tenerife Tourism and its PR team at Avia Reps in London for their tremendous support. And it's important to note that without that support, we would absolutely be up an S-word creek without a paddle, or indeed any kind of ground handling assistance.
Indeed, we are very grateful to them. And while we are looking beyond these shores, we have another prize to reveal. Last year, the Guild travelled en masse to Charleston in South Carolina in the US. Our hosts, Explore Charleston, offered a prize for the best feature written by a Guild member arising from that visit. So, to tell us more, here's Explore Charleston's Director of Media Relations, Doug Warner.
Howdy, y'all, from Charleston, South Carolina. It's hard to believe that it's been a year and a half since you were with us in Charleston for the meeting of the British Guild of Travel Writers, and we wish you were back. we'd like to announce the finalists for the writing competition from the Charleston meeting. And the finalists are Neil Murray, Do the Charleston, the Sunday Mail. James Ruddy, Charleston's Irish Charm in the Irish Post. Shafiq McGee, Explore Gullah Culture in South Carolina in Rough Guides. Jonathan Thompson, Charleston, the Hot New City Break in the Sunday Times. Juliet Ricks, How the Elegant City of Charleston is Facing Up to Its Troubled Past, The Telegraph. Catherine Tomasetti, Why You Need to Explore Charleston's Southern Modern Foodie Scene, The Independent. And last but certainly not least, Mary Moore Mason, Charleston and Her British Beau, Essentially America. Good luck to all the finalists. We look forward to celebrating with you at the Savoy for the awards in March. And by the way, happy 60th birthday to the British Guild of Travel Writers.
Ah, Charleston. Do you remember Charleston when we all went to Charleston? Do you remember Doug? Thanks, Doug. Do you remember Doug? Do you remember Charleston? Do you remember travel? Do you remember travel at all? Because I pretty much bloody don't.
It's almost like a dream, but yes.
Sarah, I have no recollection of how it even works. Now we turn to the British Guild of Non-Travelling Travel Writers Members Excellence Awards. I gather from Stuart there's been a magnificent response this year, possibly because none of us had anything else to do. Now, Sarah and I both entered the awards this year, and we're not allowed, because of that, to bring you the names of any of the finalists in case we say our names over and over and over and over and over again.
So instead, to tell us more about the MEAs, it's over to the chairman of the British Guild of Travel Writers, Simon Wilmore.
Thank you, Sarah, and thanks to John, Judith and John. Hi, everyone. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. I'd like to start by adding a huge note of thanks to everyone who has helped to make the BGTW Awards happen in this most difficult of years. Heartfelt thanks to Stuart Render, our Awards Director, and Benita Finanzio and Rob Ellison in the BGTW Secretariat. I hope to see you all in person very soon so that we can celebrate these awards as they were meant to be, in the company of friends and with a drink in hand. Okay, it's time to find which guild members have made it through as finalists in this year's BGTW Members Excellence Awards, the MEAs. I'm delighted to be joined for this segment of the programme by my fellow board directors, Susan Schwartz, my Vice Chair and Membership Director, Amy McPherson, our Finance Director, Jennifer Howes, Communications Director, Mira Datani, Events Director, and Stuart Render, our Awards Director. This year, we've been astonished by the number of members submitting their work. I think it's one of the best responses we've had in years. Perhaps lockdown had something to do with it, but hopefully it's also because all of you have been producing some magnificent pieces of work. But all that work needs judging, so a word about the judging process. Once again, we've made a point of ensuring that each category is judged by different people, with 3 judges in each category. We also spread the judging across the world, thanks to the absolutely first-class support we've received from our travel writing colleagues in the SATW, that's the Society of American Travel Writers, and the ASTW, the Australian Society of Travel Writers. I know that some of our overseas judges are watching this now, and many others will be watching when we post the recording of this event. So I would like to say a huge thank you to you all. Your support is very much appreciated. Right, on with the results. The MEAs are split into 2 sections. The first section reflects an individual piece of work, while the second section reflects the wider skill set of a member through a portfolio of 4 pieces of work. So, time to reveal the finalists, who we'll be announcing in no particular order. To start us off, let me please introduce Mira Datani.
Thanks, Simon. We begin with the award for Travel Feature of the Year UK, a category that covers any written travel feature about the UK. The finalists are Sue Watt for Lake District, Saddle Up and Fall for the Fells in Telegraph, James Stewart for his piece End of England, published in Which Travel. Nigel Tisdall for Breakfast with Bruegel in Timeless. Helena Kira for Over 3 months, I Let Scotland Slowly Resuscitate Me in The Telegraph. Jessica Vincent for A Journey Along England's Most Picturesque River on a Glorified Lilo in The Telegraph. And Mike Unwin for How to Have a Safari Holiday in Your Back Garden in The Telegraph online. Congratulations to our finalists. Now to take us through the next category, let me hand over to Susan Schwartz.
Thank you, Mira. We now turn to the award for Travel Feature of the Year, non-UK. As you might gather from the title, these are travel features written about anywhere other than the UK. Our finalists are Ellie Cobb for An Extraordinary Landscape at the Edge of the World for BBC Travel, Jessica Vincent for Indigenous Women Are Publishing the First Maya Works in Over 400 Years for Atlas Obscura, John Holmes for Divine Comedy for the Sunday Times Travel, Adrian Phillips for Mountains, Myths, and Monsters for National Geographic Traveler, James Stewart for A Highway for a Modern Marco Polo for the Sunday Telegraph, and Claire Bubaya for How to Discover the Thrilling Side of Havana that inspired Graham Greene for the Sunday Telegraph. As always, a real mix of topics covered by our finalists. Now it's over to Amy for the next category.
Thank you, Susan. In this category, Travel Feature of the Year, Regional and Specialist Media covers travel features specifically written for regional media, specialist or trade media. These features can be short or long form. The finalists for this category are Lisa Shelson for Arctic Bath, published in Sleeper. Rudolph Abraham for Montagnas to Jura for Outdoor Enthusiasts. Ben Lerwell for What to Do on the Inner Hebrides Island of Mull for Travel Weekly. Gillian Thornton for Treasure Island for France Today. Mira Datani for Arctic Roll for Travel Weekly. And Emma Gregg for Protecting Our Wildlife, Benson Kanyimbo for Travel Africa. Congratulations to our families. Now I hand it over to Jennifer Howes for the next category.
Thanks, Amy. We now turn to the award for Specialist Travel Feature of the Year, the Bryn Frank Award. This category recognizes written travel features that focus on ecotourism, lifestyle, adventure, food, COVID-19, Brexit, and any other specialism. This award remembers Bryn Frank, a much-loved and well-traveled member of the Guild. I'm delighted to announce that the finalists are Simon Irwin for Pig Ear Sandwich, an iconic dish of the American South for BBC Travel. Ellie Cobb for A Deep Dive on the Great Barrier Reef, Can Science and Tourism Save the Reef for BBC Travel. Sue Watt for Pangolins in Peril for BBC Wildlife Magazine. William Gray for The Green Heart, Trees of Life for Travel Africa Magazine. Michael Unwin for The Most Amazing Birdwatching in the World for The Times. And Mark Andrews for Here in Shanghai, There's Finally Light at the End of the Tunnel for The Telegraph. Another great mix of topics from our finalists. Now it's over to Stuart.
Thanks, Jen. Well, it's the turn now of Transport Feature of the Year, the Kenneth Westcott Jones Award. And this award covers written features that focus on, well, transport. This award remembers Kenneth Westcott Jones, well, Ken to pretty much everyone, another much-loved member of the Guild. And I still recall the first time I met him some 25 years ago. I thought my transport knowledge was pretty extensive. It wasn't. Anyway, our finalists are Janine Williamson for An Exhilarating Atlantic Crossing on the World's Largest Square Rigger in the Telegraph. Tristan Rutherford for From New York to Miami on James Bond's Favourite Train in the Telegraph. Michael Howarth for Lickety Split, published in On Board from Plum Publications. James Stewart for Wacky Races from Tbilisi to the Caucasus in the Telegraph. Simon Parker for Cycling Safari in the Saturday Telegraph. And Emma Thompson for Life on the Longest River in the National Geographic Traveller UK. All topics I think that Ken would have had something to say about. Now it's over to Susan.
Thank you, Stuart. These are the finalists for the category for Travel Book of the Year, the Adele Evans Award. This award recalls our much-missed friend and guild member, Adele Evans. Adele was a prolific writer of travel books, and it seems only appropriate that this award carries her name. In this category, we're alternate each year between travel guidebooks and books that feature a travel narrative. This year, it's the turn of the travel narrative. Our three finalists for Travel Book of the Year are Emma John for Wayfaring Stranger, a musical journey in the American South, published by Weidenfeld and Nicholson. Helen O'Kira for Scotland Beyond the Bagpipes, published by the Book Guild. And Lindsay Sutton for Sands of Time, published by Great Northern Books. Three excellent books. Now it's over to Simon.
Thanks, Susan. Travel Photo Feature of the Year is a new category this year, recognising the photo element of a published travel feature and how the photos supplied by the Guild member have added to the overall feature. The finalists are Michael Unwin for Elephants at the Sharp End, published by Travel Africa magazine. Peter Elgaard for Impressions from Cambodia, published by planetgolfreview.com. William Gray for Lemur Loving, published by Wanderlust magazine. Simon Irwin for Another Eden, published by Sidetracked magazine. Norai Jamil for In Pictures, Turkey, published by National Geographic Traveller UK. And Bella Falk for An Abandoned British Island Reclaimed by Nature, published by BBC Travel. Congratulations to all our finalists. Now it's over to Jen.
Thanks, Simon. Now we turn to Travel Blog Post of the Year. The finalists in this category are Richard Collett for The Long Read, The Last Cigar Rollers of Suchitoto in his blog Travel Tramp. Bella Falk for visiting the Falkland Islands on an expedition cruise in her blog Passport and Pixels. Tim Bird for Finns Don't Talk Much and They Don't Like Crowds in his blog Hands on Helsinki. Susan Schwartz for My Unrequited Love for Harry's Bar and the Bellini in her blog, A Lush Life Manual. Stuart Forster for A Rhino Walk in Zimbabwe's Matobo National Park in his blog, Go Eat Do. And Paul Healy for Three Mohammeds and Changing Life in a Berber Village in his blog, Anywhere We Roam. Congratulations to all our finalists. Now to the final award in this section, it's over to Mira.
Thanks, Jen. So from Blog Post of the Year, we turn to Travel Broadcast of the Year. And our finalists are Jonathan Thompson for Billionaire's Guide to Dubai for Tatler.com, Heidi Fuller Love for her BA Meet the Locals podcast to Malta, broadcast on British Airways in-flight and off-board podcast and on the website of Visit Malta UK, Kassam Luch for How to Take the Perfect Summer Road Trip in Italy, broadcast for Culture Trip. Aaron Miller for Guerrilla Trekking in Rwanda with world-leading conservationist Praveen Moman, broadcast on the Armchair Explorer podcast. Adrian Phillips for James Martin's Saturday Morning Travel Slots, broadcast on James Martin Saturday Morning on ITV. And Shafiq Megji for A Trip to the South Atlantic, broadcast for Best Spots on Earth, Rough Guides. Congratulations to our finalists. That brings us to the end of the awards recognising a member's individual piece of work. We now turn to our 4 portfolio categories. Members had to submit 4 examples of their work for the judges to consider. And don't forget, you can see more information about our finalist submissions on the BGTW website. And to start us off in this section, here's Amy.
Thanks, Mira. Here are the finalists for the award, BGTW Travel Blogger of the Year. Paul Healy for his blog, Anywhere We Roam. Bella Falk for her blog, Passports and Pixels. Alistair Mackenzie for his blog, Met Traveller. Stuart Forster for his blog, Go Eat Do. Richard Collette for his blog, Travel Tramp. And Claire Robinson for her blog, Weekend Candy. Congratulations to our finalists for this category. And now I hand it over to Simon for our next category.
Thanks, Amy. These are the finalists for BGTW Travel Broadcaster of the Year. Sarah Lee for broadcasts on Live, Share, Travel, RCI and Captivate. Heidi Fuller-Love for broadcasts for British Airways. Susan Schwartz for her podcast Lush Life. Simon Parker for various broadcasts on the BBC World Service. And Aaron Miller for his Armchair Explorer podcast. Congratulations to all our finalists. Now it's over to Jen.
Thanks, Simon. Now we come to the finalists for BGTW Photographer of the Year. Now, as always, this is a hotly contested category. This year, the judges said it was quite a challenge to identify the winner. We'll have to wait until next year to discover who has won. But for now, here are the finalists. Kuroki Lewis, James Rushforth, Simon Irwin, Diana Jarvis, William Gray, and Tim Bird. Congratulations to all our finalists. Don't forget, you can find out more about the work that members in the Travel Broadcaster and Travel Blogger categories submitted on the BGTW website, bgtw.org. Now, to our final category, it's over to Stuart.
Thanks, Jen. Well, some magnificent photographs there. Really, really good. Right, well, before I reveal the finalists for this final category, I'd like to say a big thank you to Guild members for taking time to submit entries for these awards this year. I'd also like to thank our judges, all 30 or so of them, in this country, Australia, and in the US. Thank you, guys. It has been a really challenging year for everyone, so it's very much appreciated. Now, our final category in this year's BGTW Members Excellence Awards is BGTW Travel Writer of the Year, and the finalists are Emma Thompson for articles in National Geographic, Traveller UK and The Telegraph. John Holmes for articles in Sunday Times Travel and The Telegraph Travel. Tristan Rutherford, whose portfolio of entries included articles in Moj Magazine, Camper and Nicholson's Magazine, The Telegraph and Boat International. Adrian Phillips for articles in National Geographic Traveller, The Telegraph, and Kidding Around, Tales of Travelling with Children. James Stewart for articles in the Sunday Times, the Saturday Telegraph, and the Sunday Telegraph. And Claire Bubaya for articles in Bellhop Magazine, Essentialist, Sunday Telegraph, and Kubasi Magazine. So many congratulations to these and all our finalists. Well, that's it from the board. I think we've all enjoyed doing this today. So back to John and Sarah to bring BGTW's big reveal to a close. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Stuart. And thank you very much, judges, for making myself and Sarah both finalists. I will tell you now, though, that if I do not win overall, I will take this all the way to the Supreme Court and demand a recount in all of the key awards categories. So we've discovered who the finalists are in both the BGTW International Tourism Awards and the BGTW Members Excellence Awards. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank each Guild member who has nominated a tourism project or submitted a piece of work for judging. or both. And because the finalists have already filed motions with that Supreme Court to contest the judges' votes in key categories, we must now wait until March to find out the names of the winners. To put that in context, that's just over 100 days of staring at the wall, glancing longingly at your passport.
How did you know, John? I mean, I don't even know what a passport's for anymore, or how it works, or anything. Anyhow, we will indeed reconvene in March, but that doesn't mean that everything's going to go quiet now. In fact, the Guild's PR machine is now going to go into overdrive as they liaise with PR teams from each nominated tourism project and the member who nominated it.
Being a BGTW finalist in these prestigious, and they are prestigious, awards does open up many doors. The board will be making sure the projects, the nominating member, and of course the Guild benefit from being involved. For the MEA, our finalists will be receiving a template announcement. That's what they call it. It's a thing, isn't it? You can use it on your own website or on your social media. It's a template announcement. It's very exciting.
John, we have just started lockdown. It is truly the most exciting thing that's going to happen probably for the rest of this year. I can't wait for the templates.
Very good point. I'm just going to sit in front of my template announcement and drink heavily.
Yes, that'll be it, and then start to cry. You are also going to be hearing much more about Tenerife as well. As you've heard, Tenerife has a great news story to tell. And as we lead up to the annual Gala Awards dinner, a celebration of travel, no less, you'll be receiving more information. So we're now feeling empowered by Tenerife tourism. We're feeling upbeat, positively upbeat about the months ahead. And our finalists are surely feeling very pleased with themselves too.
And that is nearly it. But before we go, a few words of thanks. Of course, a ton of work goes into producing an event like this. You can tell, can't you, from the quality of the production values. For a start, Stuart. Thank you to Stuart. You know, he had to learn how to use Zoom and everything to make this work. So thank you to him and the rest of the Guild members. And of course, thank you to John Carter and Judith Chalmers as well.
And we'd both like to say a very special thank you to Benita and Rob in the Guild Secretariat.
This event was Stuart's idea, so it's his fault. And he's heading up the organising team for the gala dinner, and we're also going to thank him then for the work he's going to put into that, only to see it all dashed into pieces when there's another national lockdown.
I am feeling far more positive than that. Optimist I may be, but I am looking forward to when we get together on the 21st of March, and know that in the meantime, the board will keep everybody updated as to the arrangements. So thank you to you for watching and being part of all of this today.
And finally, before this whole thing turns into something the length of a BAFTA acceptance speech or a Guild AGM, where someone wants to introduce an amendment to a proposal about membership criteria, let's get the hell out of here. Thank you to our esteemed chairman, Simon Wilmore. I'm thinking when he took over the chairman's role, he probably wasn't expecting all of this, he said, gesturing at the horrors of the world. His time in office, he probably thought would be a little bit smoother. But I think I can say on behalf of all members, thanks, Simon. It might seem that we don't appreciate the work that you do, but honestly, we absolutely do, even if we don't really know what that work is. So on behalf of all members, that's it. Good night. Well done to our finalists, and hopefully we'll see you all in March. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, good. I think we're all happy with that, guys, yeah? Everybody okay?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
All
I'm
good.
starving.
Me too.
See you soon, guys. I'm off.
All right, but hey.
I was just going to stand up and walk off, but I'm genuinely not wearing any pants, so I'll just sit here till you fade out.
You see, I knew there was a reason to be scared.